All right, so I'm at one of our turf fields over here trying to figure a situation out. Quick story for you. So, we had a lacrosse game that we were preparing for about 2 days ago. And, you know, as game managers and just as athletic directors, if you have a game manager, cool. If not, it's still fine. As an AD, you definitely need to know how to set up for any sporting event that you have that you sponsor. So, a part of our setup is just quality control, just to make sure that everything is working properly, um, and making sure that we do it earlier or ahead of time, so that if we, come upon any issues, we can rectify them accordingly. So we got almost everything checked off on our daily, quality control checklist, except for the scoreboard, making sure that it turns on and stuff like that. We knew, again, from prior, from past events that it works. However, got to it about 45 minutes before a game starts. Turned out that it wasn't working properly. We, at that time, you're brewing with emotions, so we start blaming everybody. Oh, it's probably the coaches during practice. It's probably this. It's probably that. Um, and who knows who it was, But at the end of the day, we just have to figure out how to solve this problem. Long story short, it turned out that somebody changed the settings that we had already. I would say that the settings that we already coded onto the scoreboard, they changed it to factory settings. So anytime that you would turn it on, it wouldn't adhere to the score controller wouldn't signal to the scoreboard because it was on a different setting. So we had to recode it accordingly. But then the next day, it went back to factory settings. Turned out, while I'm here now, I'm looking at the system. Turns out that we ended up needing to click a button to permanently keep it on a certain setting. This is why, as athletic directors, you have to be ubiquitous in your approach. You have to be cognizant and aware of how all of your electronics, equipment, and so forth, how it works. Because if you don't, then you're going to be relying on somebody else to try and fix it. And that sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'd rather take my chances on myself versus on others, because you, as the leader, you are the front liner. At the end of the day, you got to make sure that you set the precedent and that you establish an understanding that once you have everything under control, everyone else understands that you will be the one to call on in the event that things go awry. But also, don't let that preclude you from teaching others how to use said equipment, or locate where equipment is at, so then they can feel empowered as well. But at the end of the day, if those that you have empowered also need assistance, you have to step up. So all in all, we got this thing working, and now we're about to have a good lacrosse game tonight.